This is LMU I'm Scott Erland, back for part 4, our final part of the men's basketball 2015-16 season preview. Here with Coach Schertz. Coach, just going to do an overall outlook of the season. We're just going to talk about some what you expect from your team this year. First off, obviously predicted to win your 4th straight Southland Conference title, in the top 10 in all 3 of the preseason national polls. With those expectations, there comes pressure, whether you let it in or not. And how does your team handle that so far in the preseason?
Well, I think we haven't really discussed it. I don't put a whole lot into that stuff. I've heard people say, well, our team, deserves that, or we're worthy of this, and I don't know. To me, we haven't accomplished anything yet. This group and this 15-16 team will write its own story, and whatever we've done in the past or did or didn't do last year is gone forever, and now it's a new team, new chapter, new book, and it's on us to kind of write our own story here moving forward. So I think you're always, I don't get too caught up in what other people say or think, good or bad. We try to focus on what we can control, and that's our preparation, our process, what we got to go through, our growth as a team. I'm much more concerned with that than I am with wherever we're ranked. I think that a lot of times gets overhyped, in the sense that I don't think anybody goes into a game and is, we're ranked number 4, or we're ranked number 6, or we're picked this, or when the ball goes up, everybody's just playing, and the team that plays the best that night competes, executes the best that night, wins. So, I think from the outside perspective, I guess everybody handles that stuff differently. It's just not something that we've addressed. I think we've always handled that quote-unquote pressure the same way, and that's by worrying about what we can control, worrying about trying to be the best team we can be, play to our potential as consistently as possible. Certainly it's always flattering to be recognized, whether it's by the coaches to be picked to win the league, or it's in a national poll. But at the end of the day, everything that we want to accomplish has to be earned between the lines. There's nothing that we can, no preseason poll is going to help us come November 13th, and it's all going to be about what this team does, how we come together, what kind of team we become, and if we skip steps, take shortcuts, and try not to do the right things, then we're going to wind up not having a very good year, and so that you've seen that to many teams that had great expectations going into it.
And I've been here, whether I've been actually a part of the team or, working from the sidelines, all 7 years you've been here, and each story and each season kind of stands out for its own reason in its own ways. And this one's going to be no different. The 2015-16 team story is yet to be written. You said that, but kind of what is your pulse for the team right now? And as it's, I guess you said that the first couple lines are being penned right now.
I think it's I've enjoyed coaching them. I think it's a good group. I think we have to, we're working to become a team. They for the most part bring good energy and good focus every day. Like I tell them, we have no chance if we're an I over team. We have no chance if we don't work. You can guarantee season's lost if you have to deal with those two things. And I think we've got a good group from a character standpoint. I think we have a good group from a talent standpoint, and I think that gives you a chance. You never know how it's going to turn out. I think you can have really good talent, you can have really good kids, and that's still obviously not enough. You have to have good fortune and and all those other type of things to win a league championship, never mind a regional or national championship. So, we know everything that we want to accomplish or hope to earn is a long way off, but it's a group that I feel like is working hard, is trying to do the right things. We're relearning some habits, building some other habits, and they seem to enjoy each other. The thing you would certainly worry about when you bring a guy in like Jalen that's here for a year is how's he going to fit, and that's been to really a credit to him and to the guys on the team. It's been really a seamless transition. They've accepted him, and to his credit, and that's to their credit, and to his credit, he's really done a really good job of ingratiating himself and making himself a part of what we're doing and the fabric of what we're about, and so he's been outstanding, and the guys have been outstanding in terms of accepting him in. So I think it's been a fun group, and a group that, like I said, gives us a chance. And now we got to hope that breaks fall our way, and that we're one of those teams that's in the mix to try to do something special here a few months from now.
And of course, I've followed you from afar. I make no bones that basketball is one of my favorite sports, and one of the longest seasons there is, probably the longest season in terms of that it crosses 2 semesters of the school year. You begin on November 13th, and then obviously the goal is always to play till the end of March. This is the life that you signed up for, and obviously those are the hopes and dreams that you are riding on. So how do you get the team prepared and yourself mentally prepared for the grind of a basketball season that covers almost the entirety of 5 months?
Well, I think you have to stay really immersed in the process, and not take it in big chunks. You have to kind of take it day by day, and try to do the best you can to have your pulse on the team. You want guys, and it's much easier said than done. You want guys going to games with fresh legs and a clear mind, and again, that's a lot of times easier said than done. The more veteran, more experienced the team you have, usually the more efficient and shorter your practices can be. And I think we have a group that certainly can accomplish that. But I think when you go through it, that's the best way to take it. Is one day at a time. Do your best to try to prepare as well as you can for each and every game. We always talk about, we have again 2 goals. That's to play to our potential as consistently as possible, and to be the best team we can be by the end of the season when it matters most. As you get towards the postseason, be playing your best basketball. There's a lot that goes into that, and it's a long way off. And so the key is not about what you want; it's about what you want to do every single day. You come in to the gym, are you doing the right things from when you're in the dorm rooms, all the commitment stuff that we talk to our guys about, that's an aspect of it, and then obviously what you're doing in between the lines on a day-to-day basis, how your preparation is, all those type of things. And if you can really stay focused on the now, the rest of it stuff kind of comes out in the wash, down the line, all that stuff, and you see how you stack up, and there'll be good times, and there'll be bad times, and there'll be wins, and there'll likely be losses, and you're going to go through adversity. When we were 20-0, there was adversity. We've been 22-0, there was adversity. You're not going to go through a season, everything's not going to fall your way. So, how do you deal with those things? Do you stay together? Do you push through all that? And part of the adversity is getting tired. Practices on January 20th don't have as much pop as practices on October 20th. That's just the nature of it. But what happens when adversity strikes? And a lot of the coolest things to me, since I've been here, people would think the coolest moments might be the championships or winning this or cutting this or whatever. And at the end of the day, really a lot of the moments to me have been when adversity's hit, and you've seen guys kind of collectively stay together, bounce back as a team, and respond to something bad happening as a group, and that the adversity actually strengthens the group. And so those have been a lot of, for me, the cool things that have happened over my tenure here. And so hopefully that'll continue, because it is a long season, it is a grind, and you got to be able to kind of learn from whatever happens, good or bad, and then you got to be able to move forward. And it doesn't make too much sense to be down in the dumps when you lose, or over the moon when you win, because the only thing that really matters is taking the lessons from that game and then moving on to the next one.